What's up, y'all? It's your guy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is Fight Talk number 27. We'll be recapping UFC 301 and previewing UFC 302 with my guy Ed. Say what's up, Ed, to the people.
What's up?
And we're here. So, hey, man, what did you think about UFC 301? It just happened. What did you think about the event in itself?
We going from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, did you like it overall?
I liked it. Exceeded my expectations in a lot of ways. The card, obviously, they could have done more to it initially, like we both said.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And obviously, them fuckers knew what they were doing. By the way, they posted Alex Pereira signing a contract during fight week. You saw that shit.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, right?
Those dickheads. Those dickheads. But anyways, no, I thought the main event was highly competitive, considering you've got number 1 versus number 10 essentially.
How did you score it?
I scored it for Pantoja. I know people scored it for Erceg, but I think he shot himself in the foot in round 5.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fair to say. I mean, I thought
he did well.
So I thought Erceg he won the second. The third round was very close, right? It's how you George how you judge fights technically. But I thought he won before we discuss anything, even I still have not. Like, I'm so sorry, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie.
I promise you guys, I'm gonna watch that Chandler video. The Chandler video is something I want to watch. The Jones video, I haven't checked out. I'm sorry,
Bro,
guys.
do you know what it is though? Like, I get what he's trying to do in the direction he's trying to go, but I can't sit there for 40 minutes here. Guru takes something that John said or did out of context and be like, okay, that's why I think Jones is LGBT. I honestly don't care. Couldn't care less.
Yeah, I mean, no, I respect where he's going with his channel. I think he's trying to go more like mainstream with it. Instead of, like, I guess, discussing the fights as much. Like, because you remember when he used to do breakdowns and stuff like that?
There's mainstream, and then there's obviously just going out your way to try and dox isn't even a word, but it's just trying to, like, expose people, if you will. Because obviously, if people went out their way to try and expose him, he wouldn't like it, would it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right, and that's
he needs to tread carefully with that stuff, because
Guru.
He's a fish in. He might be a big fish in a small pond, but then once you get into that fucking ocean with the other MMA heads and everything else, and you start dealing with fighters.
You don't think he's there?
He is, of course he is, but it's like we're talking about him trying to come at John Jones. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like, we know John Jones, bro. Some of the shit you read out of him in his personal life. You think John Jones won't fucking pull up?
I don't know. The thing is with Gurus, he's not stupid. You know, I don't think he'd ever be in a public situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it just means that you can't talk fucking reckless though.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I hear what
there's a level in it in terms of crucifying his character. Like, me and you could joke about bomb jail and calling someone a schmuck.
Yeah,
and obviously there's just bringing up certain dirt and things like that in it. And he knows that he's had fighters try to fucking get his address and shit in the past, like Terrence McKinney, which we both said wasn't a good thing to do.
Yeah,
I know. He just needs to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But but back to the, like, obviously the fight. I thought Erceg won the third, and then no, did I think he won the third?
The third was a toss up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was more of a toss up. I thought he won the. Well, honestly, to be honest with you, I really felt like Erceg won the third and the fourth, and then I gave the fifth to Pantoja. I think that's how I scored it.
Yeah, it was one of those fights where I think if people took their goggles off, I think there was a few people that were like, "Yo, let's see Erceg shock the world."
Yeah.
I think people watched it with that sort of lens rather than just watching it and purely scoring the fight and go, right, well, Pantoja's secured the takedowns in these rounds and got these numbers in terms of the strikes, and Pantoja.
Yeah.
Like I've said, like the Erceg one, I feel like he threw it away, kind of like Cyril Gane in the fifth, but the matchup reminded me of the second Grasso-Shevchenko fight. Like, you see one individual having success with the boxing, you see another one having success more with the takedowns, and obviously being able to continuously apply their game plan. And the question was whose game plan was going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's not to say that Erceg can't win a rematch. That's definitely feasible. But he needs to, in my opinion, he got blessed shot, and we need to see him against other opposition to see how he fares up.
Yeah, man, I really want to see him fight Perez, but I know Perez is matched up with Said Nurmagomedov, but I think that would be an awesome fight if those two went at it. Obviously, in other news, I mean, Jose Aldo he proved me wrong, beat my boy Jonathan Martinez.
Can you introduce him properly, please? The King of Rio.
Oh, my bad. Jose Junior Aldo, baby, the king of Rio, came out victorious against Jonathan Martinez.
That was a dub, bro. They brought out the kick, they brought out the crown and shit, and I was like, yo, he was giving your boy the Kool-Aid, the kind of whoop ass on him, and just like loading on him. Your boy looked like a punch bag. I told you I can't take Martinez seriously, man.
Well, I think what happened was, the fight was, could Martinez get his leg kicks off against one of the best leg kick checkers and leg kickers of all time? and my thing was, I kind of just doubted Aldo's. I mean, he's been out for almost 2 years, and he's older. So I was just like, okay, youth, and obviously Martinez is just a little younger than him. Was going to help him here, and obviously didn't, man. I mean, Aldo was able to stop the leg kicks. He checked a few, and then it became a boxing match. And Martinez doesn't really have that boxing acumen or just that proper, just like hand placement.
I'm just saying, the UK got his ass right, so I knew Jose was going to handle him. I knew Jose was going to handle him, bro.
We all know, bro. If Davey Grant and Jonathan Martinez ran that back, Jonathan Martinez would fucking kick his head to the second row.
David Grant would knock him out again. We all know that. We all know they gifted him the decision against Yanez as well. So we're gonna move on that one. So
we're gonna move on.
Hey, let's dish him my boy David Grant, bro. I know he's top 15. They're doing him dirty with some of those decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it was a great fight, and having Aldo back, I get a feeling potentially if he wins another fight, it's like they're gonna use his name to boost O'Malley. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Either that or they try and do that Mickey Mouse Conor Khabib thing with Umar and O'Malley.
Yeah, it's such a weird little thing. We're gonna talk about that later, but obviously. But
thought he looked great though. I'll be honest with you, Jose.
Yeah, he looked amazing. The body shots, just everything he did in that fight. The only thing I was a little surprised by was when he hurt him in the third round, why he went for the takedown. When he could have finished him probably, but interesting IQ there. But I mean, Aldo's still prevalent in the division. I mean, wins over Marlon Vera, Pedro Munoz, Rob Font. I mean, he should probably be in the top 5, I think.
They ranked him
right number 8. That's
number 8, which is fucking ridiculous.
But he should be in the top 5. I mean, I would say maybe him versus Henry Cejudo. I don't know if a lot of people remember, but that was a fight that should have happened a long time ago. It never did actually. So,
that was the fight. Did they not book that fight before Aldo went out and they got cruising? Was that time?
Yeah, that's the exact. So what happened was what happened was COVID happened, but they were supposed to fight in Brazil, and I think Aldo got trapped in Brazil because of COVID and shit. So, yeah, I remember that. So that's a fight I'd like to see if they want to do it, but I don't know if they'll do it or not. But yeah, it's interesting times.
Right. As long as you keep away from Peter Yan, I like him against all of the top 7. To be honest, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's gone.
My bad, yeah. My bad. Technical difficulty.
No, don't worry. Now we were just talking about Jose Aldo against the top 7.
Yeah. Nothing too much. What else could we talk about? I mean, obviously, we do got to talk about the.
Yeah, don't skip over it. I see his name. Highlight his name.
The cat in the Anthony Smith gets probably one of the most flukiest submissions I've seen in a very, very long time.
Took his own, by the way. Can we just highlight took an
undefeated fighter's own, right?
Yeah.
What did you think,
Dark horse in the division. Dark horse in the division, I was told. And then my boy rocked up from Omaha, Nebraska, the Cornhusking guy. Just showed him levels. Why do you think Pereira's running? I'm joking.
No, but legitimately though, Patron has to be one of the dumbest fighters I've ever seen in life. You know,
It just reminded me of Turner, bro. He just ran right into that submission. Like when Turner not Turner. Span when he ran into Krylov's fucking guard when he got
Oh
locked
my
in.
god. Yeah, that was another.
Do you remember that? That was just. I honestly can't fathom how he let it happen. I pissed myself laughing when he got subbed, and everyone was surprised that Smith won. I was like, you know what? That's the goat of 205. So respect him, please.
Respect him, please. No, well, listen. I thought it was a weird situation. You know, I my pick was Patron, but I remember when I was breaking it down on my video, I was like, yeah, Patron's obviously the side here, but I mean, like, look at this minus 500 favorite over anybody is insane. I don't think Patron is that good. I don't think he's ever validated himself to be that big of a favorite. You know, he's very he fights like an idiot. I'm sorry, he really does. He has like what two hooks from both hands and a double leg, and that's it. All right, you know, that's about it. So was I surprised Smith did it? No, I wasn't. I was a little saddened that Patron let it happen, but
Still very young though, man. So we just gotta give him time on it. So
yeah.
very young. Well, they did. This is what they did. 205. The prospects are either very good or nowhere near competing for the top 15, and it's just like some of them need a few more fights, and it's just like you've seen it like with some of the bumps that they've given Tyson Pedro up in competition. It's like you can't beat them. It's just like what do you do with Tyson Pedro?
Yeah.
Apart from giving him a layup every fucking Australia card, they can't do much with Tyson Pedro because you can't crack the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's about it. So yeah, and then obviously let's talk about probably one of the best beatdowns I've ever seen.
Oh, this was my favorite fight in the entire card.
Dude, bro, like, Michel Pierre is on the craziest of steroids, bro. The fact he just did that to that man, like he drops him, does a backflip on him, guillotines
Hits him with a knee, by the way.
Oh
The
yeah,
knee
yeah,
lands on him.
yeah. The way he lands this guillotine is literally like hilarious, bro. And then the way Ihor Pretoria finds a way to fall after getting
Yeah, he fell backwards. It reminded me of the Johnny Walker thing, man. He just fell backwards like that. So crazy. And then Pereira did his celebration back to him.
Oh my god, that was bro. And now he's fighting but like, yo, I was in tears, bro. I was just legit in tears watching this fight, bro. I was so impressed with Michel Pierre. Now, at the same time, this is Ihor Pretoria, so we do have to keep this in, you know,
he is a schmuck, yeah. He is a schmuck.
But the guy is what, on a 7-fight win streak? I mean, I think he deserves a ranked guy at this point. So
I think 6 of them are finishes or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it's like that fight is just so funny, bro. I can't describe to you like the live feeling of watching it.
He's such a schmuck. Why the fuck did he have to fuck up the Wonder Boy thing? And then move that fight back twice as well. It's not like he didn't have time.
Yeah.
Do you remember they were supposed to fight in Vancouver originally last year?
Yeah.
One of the first pay-per-views of the year, and then they fucking moved it. They moved it somewhere in like Utah or something, and then they moved it again. They moved it all the way to June, July, and then he fucking missed his weight, and then they're like, yeah, Wonder Soy's like, yeah, I'm not fighting him.
Yeah, and I don't blame Wonder Boy for that. At the end of the day with him, like, I think this is the right weight class. Like 170 is kind of crazy.
I like him in this weight class, but he's winning after one round. We have to see how his conditioning is, man.
I mean, his condition has always been bad. You remember when he fought Ponzinibbio and Ponzi was like fucking giving him that work in the third round. So I think we all kind of know the answer to it.
He got a chin on him though. He might wilt in terms of like cardio and like pressure and stuff like that, but he's got a chin on him. It's not like someone who gets cracked. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun fights at 185. Can we they got rid of Phil Dawes. I would have to have seen him against Phil Dawes.
Dude, that would be criminal, bro. I think Phil Hawes is he doing boxing, right? He's a boxer now. I heard.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person. You should corner him, you know. I think that might be a good collaboration.
Dude, bro, imagine eBay and Phil Hawes. Bro, I'm telling you, brother, I'd get Phil Hawes back to winning ways, man. It'd be a wrap for that Mitfits or whatever it's called, boxing clan. Yeah, they'd be done, bro. Me and Phil Hawes, we fucking ruining the world, bro. But
it was honestly just because of the whole Shogun stuff. This was one of the more satisfying wins for me.
And you know what makes it so cool is that he did it in Brazil. He beat him in Brazil. Kind of almost like same time like last year happened.
It was about this time
Yeah, so
Yeah,
kind of cool he did it like that. Yeah, man, it's him versus Roman Dolizzi is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, they've just announced that yesterday. I'm quite excited.
Because I'm like, I don't know, like, do people think Roman is a bum now? Is he easy money? You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm just saying, bro, this guy's never been the same since we found out like he'd be smashing TJ's girl, bro. Just saying.
yeah.
Can we just highlight that, bro? Just like after that, bro, he's just been looking really, really like human in fights.
I just don't like. Okay, so when he fought Marvin, I actually thought he almost won that fight. To be honest, but
I edged it towards Marvin, but it wasn't a great look for Marvin.
yeah,
Marvin would just wipe the floor with him.
yeah, and then dude, the Imava fight was so fucking one sided, right? And I was so happy to be right about that, but
Yeah. That was the first event of the year, wasn't it, or something like that? One of the first cards of the year.
yeah, for sure. I think it was like the second. It was either the second or
The first or the second. Yeah, it was fucking.
Yeah. And that was just such a beatdown.
This was when them fuckers, had us wait 2 weeks for this fight card, if you remember. So we waited 2-3 weeks for this card, and it was so underwhelming because it just lacked competitiveness.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. And I don't know, like, I think Roman, he has a lot to work on, and he's 35. So it's gonna be tough. Like, the only thing I hate about Roman's game, like, he's such a good guard player, such a good jiu-jitsu guy. Like, he really is. Like, when it comes to like on the mat, he's really high level, but he can't get it down there because his wrestling sucks and his striking sucks. Like, he's really just kind of like,
Me and you laughed when he knocked out Horse because we were like, "How the fuck is this guy winning and getting up the rankings?"
I know, right? The Phil Hosty, I kind of saw it coming because here's the thing about Phil though, and I know some people are gonna get mad, but Phil fights stupid. Phil doesn't fight the way you should fight if you're Phil. Phil tries to bully guys, right? When you have no chin, and when you're like a pressure fighter and you're not durable, it just doesn't really work out like that. If you're Phil, if I was him, I would, like, knowing my disadvantages, I would be on the outside trying to throw leg kicks or trying to get that jab working. You know what I'm saying?
He don't look that big at 185 though. He's another one.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, he didn't look that much bigger than Chris Curtis.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
And it's just like, but I think 170 absolutely kills his chin. We're talking like,
yeah, true.
He's just awkward, and he's in an awkward place, and he's between weight classes, and it's just.
Oh yeah, and then I remember fucking dude, that fight with Roman was so savage. Roman like tore his leg, right?
He tore his ACL because he bent it backwards, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he knocks him. Oh, that was well, I mean, of course Roman's gonna knock him out. He's fucking basically disabled. You know what I'm saying at that point? But yeah, that's crazy. Like, yeah, I remember that. That was fucking wild.
I am enjoying this fight though, but it's just like, I just look at the guy who's in form, who's got his shit together, and he's got a rhythm and a routine, and
yeah,
I can only highlight that the guy's got the momentum in it, which is Michelle. So
yeah, I think
Michelle.
Yeah, I think he's the side. I just do think that maybe Roman is getting a little overlooked here, but at the same time, it's just
Roman's got to clip him to make him remotely interesting, and you just kind of clip him is the question.
Yeah. But obviously, let's talk about.
Can we not highlight the UK, by the way, because we got some bogus things go against us this card.
Yeah, let's talk about Paul Craig versus Kyle Barallo. Dude, all right. Okay, you know who really reminds me of Roman Dolizzi right now? Paul Craig. Both guys suck at striking. Both guys have horrible wrestling. The only difference is Roman can take a punch. Paul Craig can't.
Okay, let's not do this. Paul Craig can't take a punch. We're not going to do this. Paul Craig's a Chad one. He can take a punch, just not at 185, okay?
So let me ask you a question. Like, as a UK guy,
this one hurt. Nah, bro, this one hurt, bro. So I don't even want to get interrogated about this one. This one, look, you know what? I can take the Jack Shaw one. I could be like, oh, that's a schmuck doctor stoppage. Like Brito did nothing apart from holding against the fence.
Yeah, that was pretty schmucky. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, this one hurt me, bro. I'm not gonna lie because I've never wanted this guy at 185. So.
Imagine getting knocked out by a guy that all he does is nut hug the back for like 15 minutes against every single opponent. Like,
I'm just saying.
How does that feel, Mr. Ed?
Just saying, if Paul Gregg, hypothetically speaking, starts posting pictures of him in a Lambo, well, don't be surprised. Like, we're talking brown envelopes. That might have been the situation at hand. Because obviously the UK don't lose fights like that. There's got to be some sort of logic behind it. Like,
oh, so the fix was in, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt my brain watching that though, because I fucking picked him as well. I think I picked him by decision.
I don't think he's a bad pick. I mean, if Barallo, I was worried. Like, what made me worried about this fight, and then putting money on Barallo, I was also worried, even in that sense, was how well could he mess with this guy on the ground? Because Brendan Allen was able to kind of dominate him on the ground.
Okay, not really. Come on, let's not exaggerate and like this, my boy. Yeah, like your boy had a bit of a purple patch. My boy lost focus. It happens.
But no,
my boy Craig's always coasting in the first round, looking so clear of everybody, looking so great with the Chad beard, 6'4". You know the hoes are always running at him. And then second round, he gets a bit bamboozled and he gets a bit distracted and he loses the fight. It happens.
Yeah, no, but my point was, even Brendan had problems. Like, you remember the little calf slicer that Craig put him in. But I just kind of thought, like, how will Barallo deal with the jiu-jitsu, right? And I saw a lot of like really smart people putting money on Craig, and I don't think that's a bad pick or bet. But Barallo fought with an amazing game plan of striking, and he did the right thing, and I was impressed. I've always said Barallo is the bizarro Superman version of Paulo Costa, who is obviously the Superman, right? How far do you think this guy goes?
I think he only gets so far, to be honest with you. I've seen enough. Like, it's just, and 185 isn't great, so that tells you a lot. I look at 185, he can beat a Hermanson until Hermanson decides to be prime wonder boy and outstrike him for 3 rounds.
Yeah, I know, right? Hermanson. I think Hermanson.
Imavov, he loses to it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Costa's a great anti-wrestler, which leaves him fucked on the feet.
Yeah.
I think Brendan Allen beats him up. I think Vittori's 50-50, believe it or not, just because I think like Vittori's skill set's kind of declined a bit. Not his ability, but his skill set. He hasn't added much.
Yeah.
Like, if we look at Vittori's like skill set, you can't tell me he's added much since the second Izzy fight, can you? And that was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The only thing we can say is, oh my god, this guy's a dog. Yeah, we knew he could take a fucking beating and a punch. But you can't tell me he's added anything new or progressed. Cannonier mashes him up. Whitaker outpoints him. Izzy beats him. Sean jabs his face off. And Drickus is Drickus, I don't want to talk about Drickus.
Yeah, at this point, right? I don't think you can get there. But yeah, I mean, this was what started the main card. And it kind of, it was, to be honest, this Brazil card was just a really, really, like, the main card really killed it. I thought the prelims were like whatever. Like, obviously, I kind of want, this is probably I'll talk about this fight, and then obviously that Elvis Brenner fight. But the Brito fight was kind of stupid, man. That
one hurt me, bro. That one.
To be honest, we've seen like stoppages like that. I mean, I remember when
because he didn't say anything as well. It wasn't even like it was his call.
Yeah, I've seen Gabriel Benitez fight like some type of like shin breakage situation. Like I've seen that happen when Gabriel fought what's his name, Omar Morales, and they never stopped the fight. They went to decision. I remember that, right? And I could even search this up, but it's just weird that that's what happened. I was like kind of like weird, and I don't even like this guy, fucking Jack Shore, honestly.
George St. Pierre. Can we give him his real name? George St. Pierre, yeah.
Yeah, and the fight was semi-competitive, so I was like kind of like I felt kind of bad for him.
They did deliver though. They're not in a rush to reblock this. Then
of course, yeah, it didn't deliver in the aspect of like, oh, he looked good, but none of them looked really good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let me find this here.
Yeah. I got to see Brito gets $50 Ige at this point.
Yeah, I think you got to do it, right? Like,
yeah. It's always that test, right? Like, Ige just gets this like random schmuck like Damon Jackson and just puts him out in like 2 punches, and you're like, oh god.
But yeah, look at this though, right? So like same situation, his legs all jacked up, right? Let me find it's all jacked up, right? And they go decision, right? They go the distance. Are you telling me this is way worse than what happened
I'll be
to?
honest, I can't remember the look of Shaw's leg, but the tattoos might play a part. They fucking hide the shit, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that might be true. But like, look at this. Hold up. I think this. Yeah, look how deep that is. You see that?
It's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, and they went the distance, right?
But it's one of those that obviously I don't think that fight wasn't in Brazil to my memory. It's just that Brazil commission doctors, everything's gonna be a bit different, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just on some hating shit like that, and I don't even like the guy. But
Brazil was like, they don't even say gringo in Portuguese, bro. But it was like Brazil was like, let's get this gringo out of here, give our boy the W.
yeah, right. So it's like it's like a weird little situation. Like I even felt bad for sure. So that's how you know
It's one of those. He obviously lost, but his stock doesn't get diminished because obviously the manner in which he lost.
But this fight here, this Elvis Brenner versus Urabao fight, oh my god, what a fucking beatdown this was on Elvis Brenner. Did you watch this?
Yeah, it's just they talked about this guy because I watched him for his debut was against Medic, and he put me on notice. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't know who was gonna win. I think Medic was booked against someone, and then they pulled out, and then he came in. So I didn't know anything about it, and then when I watched him fight, I think he got a finish in his fight as well. He looked great.
Yeah.
And then they booked him against Brenner, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. I think he ends
Brenner had a lot of hype, right? You know, Brenner was
especially after the Karam KO, and then he KO'd what's his name, Kowalski.
Yeah.
Kuchwalski. And then I think within 2 fights, he's probably fighting top 15. You know.
Oh, of course. I mean, Brenner was on a pretty crazy streak. I think he was on a 4-fight win streak, something like that. Yeah. At least in the UFC, I know that for sure. But again, Urabao, he just went out there and just put that fucking wrestling pressure on him, put that Dagestani glue on him, right? And yeah, man, he put it on him, and that was really impressive. And yeah, man, I was like just shocked how Brenner became useless after he got that little hair transplant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy, bro? Like, he gets the hair transplant and he's just like a different like person, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, he fought a pretty good fighter, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah. No, he fought a good fighter. And the thing is, as well, it's just we just look at this now and you're like, he's good, but we still haven't seen enough of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds. It's always a danger taking a fight against someone like an Urabao, because it's like you don't know much about him. He doesn't have really much of a name, but you know he has a very great skill set, and you know he's very skilled. So it's just like there's always a danger with him taking this fight, isn't it? So it's just
But yeah, man. I mean, coming up this Saturday. I mean, Derek Lewis versus Nascimento. How hyped are you for this St. Louis card?
This is one of my favorite cards ever. I can't wait to watch it. I've been dreaming about this card since I was a kid. Manifield's one of my favorite fighters. So schmucky. I love Bruce Leroy. I love Sean Woodson. You know what? The fact that he robbed my boy Dennis. I love Woodson. No, I'm joking. But Despain's a fucking Chad though, and Boris Vyacheslav is a fucking stud.
This is actually a good card when you look.
It's a decent card from top to bottom, but there's nothing outstanding, is there?
But, yeah, the main event kind of sucks, but man,
it's St. Louis, bro. Welcome. So,
do you think Buckley gets embarrassed in his hometown?
Do you know what? The Dariah fight surprised me a bit.
Yeah, but that is true. That is true.
Bro, is that fucking... How the fuck are you 6'5" and that big making 170, bros?
I know, it's wild.
You know what? Me and you need to learn how to cut weight and be weight bullies, bro. We need to fight at like 125 and fight the midgets or something, bro. Because honestly, we need to understand how these guys do it, bro. Like, I'll be real.
It sucks though. Like, that's the thing. That's the problem. That's why, like, yeah, weight cutting really does suck. Like, it's not fun, bro. I'll tell you that. But
he's got a decent reach for Buckley for this division, though. So Buckley does need to make use of that.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
I wouldn't let him get close. I wouldn't let him get close and just jab his body from the outside.
Yeah, here's my thing. Like, I love Buckley, right? His welterweight run has been phenomenal. What he did with Vicente Luque was great. I enjoyed that fight. But I do think this is where it ends. Like, Buckley's always been that kind of guy. Like, remember when he fought Dariah, right? He went on a win streak, and then he fought Chris Curtis and gets knocked out, right? He always hits that wall. He has a ceiling, I hope he wins it. I really do. But I do have no.
It's St. Louis though. They haven't had a crowded event in years, and obviously,
Yeah.
these guys are obviously from Missouri, and they always want to keep a show out for their peeps. And that could obviously play to their detriment. Like we've discussed this in multiple podcasts where we've said, oh, those guys who want to show up in front of the crowd rather than get their money, their win money and get paid and all the rest of it, and that sometimes can play a factor into it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just,
And I do think that might play a factor for Buckley. I really hope I'm wrong though, because I do like him at 170. He's actually like kind of like funny, right? But I just don't think he wins this fight. Like
I love how he's talking shit to Leon Edwards, bro. Leon Edwards has won 13 fights in a row, bro. I don't think he can win 13 minutes in a fight, bro. Like, it's just
I know.
We're not gonna do this right now, buddy. Like, we're not gonna do this.
And also, like, I do think that could be a detriment because he's. I've noticed like when he talks a lot of mess and he's like on a win streak, he always finds a way to get humbled, right? It's just a weird situation with him.
He begged for 5 rounds as well. The UFC didn't give it him. It's just this wasn't really a matchup that was worth fight night.
I mean, I would prefer 5 rounds of this than the Derek Lewis fight, right? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I'm sure everybody does, but they just put Derek Lewis on there like the big beast and sell the posters and shit, don't they?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, we've got Schmuckley in there, and then they're gonna post that kick. Yeah, great. But they probably could have done that, but
yeah, I do feel bad for Buckley. I mean, I think this is gonna be. I mean,
if you've got a guy from St. Louis who wants to who's openly said he wants to fucking main event the card, and you got Derek Lewis who says I want to fight 5 rounds. Why book him for 5 rounds at this point?
Yeah, like imagine you do Buckley versus Jeff Neal in like a 5-round main event. Like that would have been good. Like that would have been what you should have done. But I don't know.
Yeah. Neal and Buckley would have been a fun one.
Yeah, right now, but I just think it's just gonna be a sacrifice. I truly feel.
But even do you remember when they went to Atlantic City and they booked him against Luke? Why couldn't that have been moved for this card?
I know, right? That could have been a main event, dude. That was so. You don't understand how satisfying that was to watch that, bro. Like, like the whole week, I was saying Buckley was the side. Buckley was the side. You put your units on Buckley. He's gonna beat Luke. I'm telling you guys that. Put the bank on Buckley that day. And he went out there and just completely embarrassed him.
I reluctantly switched my fucking pick because I'm like, he's a schmuck, but I've got to take him seriously in that matchup. So just like,
dude, no, like I mean, you have a guy that's literally openly admitted he's had brain issues, right? The fact he's still fighting is crazy, but and you're going against the guy that's great at 170, young Hunter.
Luke is just one of those guys where you're just like, you know what, you need to hit my boy Ally Quinter up and get your realtor's license. Like,
yeah, he does. He does need a job.
That's what time it is. You know what I mean?
So it's a sad case. I mean, like as much as like, okay, you guys know, obviously me, Michael Chiesa, we're not big fans of Vicente Luque, but besides all of that, I mean, he is a really great fighter. And well, I shouldn't say he's a great fighter. He's a really fun fighter to watch. Had some great fights, and I mean, he was a top 5 guy at welterweight at one point in his career. So, but yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, brother.
He literally got that top 5 after Woodley fight, though. He wasn't like he did anything to. He didn't have a body of work to get that.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's very true.
When that was a fight, he fucking nearly got beat as well.
Yeah, but dude, I'll never forget that. Like, I was so confident Woodley was gonna beat him, and I was like, "Let's go, Woodley! Let's go!"
And Woodley rocked him so early in the fight as well, and you're just like, "Oh god, no!"
Yeah, but yeah,
Brian Woodley kills him. By the way, I'm telling you now.
Oh no, we all know that. I mean, dude, Luque he's just I don't know, he's just one of those guys that had a lot of hype because he was having all these fun fights, you know, and he was winning a lot. But but you know, I mean, you can get punched in the face. That doesn't mean you have skill, you know. But it is what it is. I mean, besides that, I mean, nothing else is really like, you know, got me too involved in the card. I mean, obviously, I love watching Borchev fight. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Seeing that the Spain guy, how quickly do you think they push him up?
Oh, I mean, well, that guy.
He's a fucking menace, bro. Fucking 6'7" and 6-inch reach or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
He's beating dudes in like 5 seconds as well, which is fucking nuts.
He's 35, right? So at heavyweight,
they've only got so much time with him.
Yeah, it's not a bad number for heavyweight. I mean, yeah, I do think they push him up pretty good. I mean, maybe him versus Tybor next, right after this. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's fighting number 19 now, I think. So
Or him versus Tai Tuivasa.
in Sydney, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what their plan is for this guy. You know, do they?
My boy Tom still beats him, by the way. Can I just get that out of the way?
Of course, like this guy. I don't know if this guy knows how to wrestle. Tom has a good double leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Tom's the GOAT. So yeah.
Yeah, but like we all know, like Curtis Blades is coming, bro.
We all know the UK.
Coming,
how many bouts has the UK got? Remind me again.
How many belts?
Yeah.
They have one real belt, and then they have the second place belt.
We got 2 belts. America has 1 belt. Please don't disrespect me. And
you're
lucky O'Malley loses to practically everyone in that top 5, but Cheeto. Even Cejudo beats him, bro. Cejudo's basically a child, so child-sized fighter. So
yeah, but it doesn't matter, bro. He beat Aljamain Sterling when it mattered.
Nah, he cheated that fight, bro. That fight don't count.
Hey, did you see that thing with the coach?
Yeah, obviously the coach is talking mess, isn't it? But it's just, do you know what it is? They're fucking
Tim Wells.
They're doing the same shit. Do you remember Cejudo's team? How they went on during fight week against Merab? They're doing the same shit, bro. And it's just like, I don't understand how people don't even see it as well. They're just talking all this mess towards my boy's team. And it's just like, bro, shut up, yeah, because your boy got fireman carried, and another boy got hit with a pile driver. Like, the people not know that Sarah Longo don't fuck about. Like,
shut up, man.
One of these, I'm telling you, bro. Next, Merab's hitting Sean with a choke slam, bro. Like, it's over. It's over for your boy.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Sugar Schmoodle, Sean O'Malley, bro. I'm telling you. And we're gonna when that fight happens, we're cutting a fucking promo, by the way. So I'm telling you, it's gonna be the end of that boy.
Man. Obviously after that we got Edson Barboza versus Laurent Murphy. Your guy, your UK guy, is getting finally the main event. What do you think about this? Quick thoughts. Yeah.
I like this fight. I like it for a number of reasons. We get to see Laurent in 5 rounds. We get to see him against someone who's highly durable, highly experienced. Edson still proves he's still got something in him in the tank. He could have easily folded again in the Yusuf fight, but obviously, and then if he had folded after the 2 rounds, then obviously we would have had a different narrative around him.
Yeah.
But still came back and showed who he was.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like he's still been fighting good guys. Like he fought Giga Chikadze a few fights ago as well. So it's not even like Giga Chikadze is in the top 6, top 7. So
yeah, he's fought Sadiq, Billy Quarantillo, Bryce Mitchell, Giga, and then Shane Burgos.
Yeah, so he's fought some fucking killers, bro. So we will get a proper comparison. We will get some answers in terms of their own skill set. We'll get to see how hard he hits in comparison to the others, how his gas tank holds after round 3, because we've seen he's won decisions, but he's not won like 30-27 decisions for me. Like the Brazilian guy, he arguably lost that fight.
Yeah.
The one in the UK. Me and you discussed it a while ago.
Yeah.
The Koulibaly fight was a lot clearer though. But still.
I like Laurent. I like him a lot actually. It's been weird for me watching him lately because I feel like I don't know. I thought highly of him before that Brazilian guy, like the Gabriel Santos fight. And then the Mokwano Americani knockout was phenomenal. I mean, his Douglas Silva Andrade performance was really good. Like he's dominated some guys, right? Ricardo Ramos.
It's one of them where he had obviously the motorcycle accident, and then obviously he's getting his feet wet back in the promotion, isn't he? So
yeah,
we gotta take our time with him. I mean, he's 32 though, so he's not as young as people think. But he's 32. Yeah, so we still need. I'd like a bit more from him, but obviously, I think obviously he's been a bit pushed because obviously he had the timeout with the head injury and everything else in the accident. It's now or never, really, isn't it? Now he's got to make that run and make a statement in that division because that division, Topuria doesn't. You know, it's Topuria. You know that Georgian Garden. He don't want to fight anybody, so. couple of wins for my boy Leron, and he's, we're getting it back for John Herbert. You get me? So getting it back for the UK.
This guy. But yeah, I think I do favor Laurent in this matchup. I think wrestling wise, he should probably exploit that whole he has 5 rounds to work here. We know that Edson Barboza is older. He's 38 now. So I think if there's ever been a time to hurt him, it's now. His chin, I also do think his chin is a question mark right now. He's been getting rocked a lot. I think that's something people don't look at. I mean, he was getting rocked so much in that Giga fight, if you remember. It was a little surprising, like how bad.
Yeah, for a guy like Giga who doesn't score knockdowns, it was very surprising.
Yeah, Giga was just beating him up. So I think Laurent is the side here, just based on youth, and he's a good technical striker. But I think he can make the difference in this fight.
I would be very annoyed if he gets hit with that wheel kick, though.
Yeah,
everybody sees that wheel kick. Like we've all seen tape on that wheel kick. Like,
yeah, but
it would annoy me if he gets hit with that wheel kick. Because I've already, you got to understand for me, bro. I've already seen one UK schmuck get hit with that wheel kick. So if I see another prospect get killed with it,
yeah,
fucking hurt. I saw Terry Eaton get hit with it back in the day. So.
Oh man, but yeah, I see what you're saying. So, but I think Laurent should win this. I really do. But yeah, let's get into UFC 302. Let's talk about that Makhachev versus Poirier. Overall card in itself, I mean, it's really kind of going to be headlined by the 2 big marquee fights. Not the greatest main card in the world, but I mean, Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Like, what? I mean, is this a weird fight to you, like to make, or was this the right fight to make?
I like the fight for a couple of reasons. Obviously, whilst we can get Paulo Costa busy, keep him busy. As far as Sean Strickland, obviously you've got the argument that he might have won the fight, he might have not. But also you've got the argument that it's like, you know what, Sean didn't really have any title defenses. Let's not get him back in a rematch.
Yeah,
they were desperate to book Dricus and Izzy. Why not keep him busy? Why not have him beat a guy that's legit like Paulo Costa? He's in the top 5, top 6.
Yeah.
If he beat him in more impressive fashion or beat him in a decision like what a Robert Whittaker did, we can talk about a Robert Whittaker. We can talk about you potentially fighting the winner of Dricus Izzy, and like you keep him busy, right? Sean likes his money.
Yeah.
Fighting in New York, New Jersey, co-main of a pay-per-view. It's a great spot for him to be in, considering.
I'm hearing it's 5 rounds too. Yeah.
And 5 rounds again.
Yeah.
Gives him more time to work. And it's just, I like the fight, man, and I like the press conference as well because these two are great. And obviously, we know that Makhachev might appeal to casuals, but in terms of pay-per-view buys, it doesn't reflect that.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree that Makhachev's a star or a pay.
Yeah, so that's another reason why these guys are positioned in there, why they're going to be a part of the press conference. We've got Islam Makhachev conveniently fighting after all the contenders have fought. Great. And this is Dustin Poirier's the Diamond's last dance. Like,
yeah. What do you think? You think he wins this, Dustin?
Can we do the prayer video with the Hulkamania? And yeah, brother, listen. Like, I think he'll hit him with the gilly. I think he'll do him silly. And
I'm good.
Top like chicken. Like,
nah.
No,
we're so Team Russia here. I don't even care.
You fucking disgrace.
No. Listen to this. I don't. No. This guy is a very interesting individual here, Dustin Poirier. And yeah, fuck him. Yeah, fuck.
I'd like to see him win. Do you know what it is? That Benoit fight, man. That check right hook, and he fucking threw it. He did work with McGregor on the 2 fights as well.
Yeah.
I think that check right hook, bro, is just sneaky, man. I think it's working against southpaws as well.
No, I see what you're saying. No, like that punch was really, really underrated. I hate the finish though, like because he not only does he basically kill him out cold, he fucking lands like a hellish punch right out. You remember, like he just like lands like another unnecessary, fucking basically batch of CTE. But with Dustin in this spot here, I mean, they say third time's a charm, right? I mean, you've hit the same problem over and over again in title fights. The grappler, right? Charles Oliveira, I wouldn't say necessarily like a great grappler, but Charles brought the fight to him and got him in the clinch and then got the back eventually and choked him out. Khabib took him down at will and at will got the back and choked him out.
I think the Khabib fight was a lot closer than people think, though.
I know. I hear what you're saying. Like, I mean, he had his moment.
He had his moments. He did tag him as well.
Yeah, but
Islam's a lot more hittable in my opinion. And
but
that's
not,
that's not just because of the Martins knockout. I watched him in the two bulk fights for as long as the second one lasted, and the first one is just he's hittable, man. He's not. I keep telling people he's human, man. People fight him like he's fucking like Khabib's clone or something, but it's just he's fucking there to be hit, man.
No, you're right. He is,
and I think Dustin. To his advantage, he could go one or two ways. If this is his last dance, he could end up in a tough spot in that fight and go, fuck it, I'm retiring anyways and give up. Or he could be like, I ain't fucking giving up. This is my last chance. This is my last shot. I've got to take it, kind of thing. Like, this is where the old school Eminem starts drilling in your head, bro. You only got one shot and all that bollocks. And then he just fucking cracks him and sleeps him, hopefully.
Yeah.
But, you should pray he wins this because you guys could be 2-2 with the UK in terms of belts.
No, I'm good, brother. I have respect, and I want certain Americans to win.
This is Louisiana French. It doesn't count.
No, he's just weird, bro. He's a weird individual. I don't like him. I'd rather have Gaethje be world champion over this guy. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I know it's like, I'm trying to be like non-biased and stuff like that. But it's just he's the weirdest passive aggressive person. Like, no,
he is a passive aggressive person. But do you know what it is? This fight just seems like a fucking placeholder, though. The way they've booked it and the manner that they booked it. I really hope it's not that, and I really hope it gives us a special fight. But it's just like even Islam talks shit about Arman for not taking this fight. One, if Arman's been offered this fight, given the circumstances, is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
Two, why is Islam getting every single favorable matchup and favorable circumstance for fights? It's just like he was gonna get the second Charles Oliveira fight in his backyard, despite Charles having 3 title defenses.
Yeah.
Charles didn't get to fight for his belt in Brazil. And you're looking at him fighting like a fucking 45er twice, one of them on short notice, one occasion that's on short notice. It's like, why are we fucking doing this? And then they book up all these contenders, and then he starts tweeting like a fucking Twitter warrior, being like, "Oh, where's my fight? Where's my fight?" Well, how about have this same energy when they're all unbooked?
Yeah,
Didn't have this energy when they were all unbooked.
I mean, to be honest, who I really feel for is Gaethje in this position. This fight seems like it was made because Gaethje lost, right? And they needed Makhachev to fight someone in like June, right?
I told you that fight did nothing for Gaethje, and he was stupid for taking it. But
I mean, besides creating an like iconic moment, it did absolutely nothing for his career. Here's my thing.
Sets him so backwards. Gaethje's probably gonna have to fight 2 guys now. One of them's got to be, honestly, one of them's gonna be one of those new guard guys.
Yeah, no, I hear you. My thing with this matchup in particular, does Islam Makhachev showcase some striking here, or does he just really go out there and just put on a wrestling clinic? I would say the game plan for Islam is to put on the wrestling clinic, but I mean, Dustin Poirier's 35 right now, right? I mean, he looked human against Benoit, before the finish. Does Islam Makhachev
still got taken down as well?
Yeah. Does Islam Makhachev decide to be like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm gonna try to like hurt this guy on the feet? And do you think that could be his detriment? Like, I don't know. Like, I think Islam's win condition here, it's pretty simple, but I just don't know what's his mentality, because I was pretty surprised in both the Volk fights. He said he wanted to knock Volk out, right? That was like, he said that before the fight. And he kind of and that's why I felt like he had such a tough time in that first fight, was because he kept striking with Volk, even though he was hurting Volk at moments. Volk, I mean,
he wrestled Volk for that fight, though. Like, we're not going to pretend he didn't, though.
No. Those first two, I felt like those first two rounds.
First 2 rounds, he felt him out, but it was also that rehydration window. I think that fucked him.
But what I really do think messed him up was that he kept those striking situations way too long. You know what I'm saying? Like his
No, I
legs
get what.
I thought his legs started to give out on him, and that's why I started thinking. I felt like Volk was actually winning a lot of the scrambles, was because especially in that fifth round, I think his leg was done. You know, that lead leg, because I thought Volk hit that lead leg a few times, and you could tell, like, it was starting to get damaged a little bit. And I don't know, like I just felt like it was a lot different, obviously, in the second fight. But I do think he's starting to like feel himself as a striker. So
It's one of those, isn't it? It's just MMA math. It's like you're looking at Islam's competitive fights with Volk, who's had competitive fights with Max, who Max has lost to Dustin and gotten beaten up by Dustin. It don't work like that, but fucking beauty of this is that we'll get to find out at UFC 302, won't we? But it's just I don't like the card from top to bottom. The fact that there's no real guys from New York, New Jersey in this card.
They don't. I think they do.
Not really. I think Randy Brown's from around that town, but he's fighting that Zaleski.
Yeah.
But it's Jelton Almeida, Romanov, Cesar Almeida, Kopilov. Sean's not from New York, I don't think. Paulo Costa's not. Dustin's from Louisiana. Islam.
Oh yeah, you're right, huh?
It's Jocelyn Edwards, Aline Perez.
Maybe. Wait, what about Mickey Gall? Maybe he's from there.
I'll have a look at it. I doubt that schmuck's from fucking New York. You don't look. He's probably a Boston schmuck.
Oh yeah,
he's from New Jersey. So he's from that neck of the woods, Basel and Fierce.
I mean, it's a good card. For a pay-per-view, it's pretty decent.
Sure. That main card's not good enough to pay $70 though.
Oh no, I mean, people are paying $70 just for like the Strickland fight, and then obviously the main event.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those situations, but I like it. Like, I like some of these fights, like Jelton Almeida versus Romanov is gonna be a fucking it's gonna be funny, bro. This is gonna crack me up.
It's gonna be two fat people lying on top of each other, isn't it?
Nah, Jelton is not fat, bro. Come on, relax.
Look at Hefe, bro. He's like, yo, this is like Hefe being like, Lisso's not fat, she's thick. It's fucking defense. Bro, they're fat, bro.
I know Jelton is not fat, bro. Jelton has like abs, bro. Come on, relax.
Bro, he's little Tommy, bro. He's just because he's small, he doesn't look as fat. He's fat, bro.
Bro, what are you? All right, now, Jelton Almeida, bro.
Bro, this guy's gonna get this on Google to show me, bro. He's gonna show me pictures of him at 205 as well. I know what you're gonna do, bro. Not Steve.
Bro, he's not. It's kind of crazy you're calling him fat, bro. I don't think he's fat.
Bro, he's like a scrappy dude kind of schmuck, bro. Like, told people he doesn't fucking belong at 205 at heavyweight, but because heavyweight sucks, he's had some success.
Well, okay, so what do you think, like, about Jelton's, like, I mean, him as a fighter? Like, what do you think about him? He had a lot of hype last year. Kind of died this year.
I think my boy Tom Aspinall knocks him out in 12 seconds. I think. But
you know what's weird? I kind of think he beats Cyril Gane.
Probably does, bro. But Cyril Gane sucks. So. No, I'm joking. Cyril Gane is good, but it's very clear he has his limitations, isn't it? Like, it doesn't take a genius to work out to beat Cyril Gane. It never has done.
Yeah, right?
This is why I was fucking surprised when everyone's like, oh my God, John Jones beat Cyril Gane. Yes, I fucking picked John Jones to beat Cyril Gane. It's like...
Yeah, but I didn't think he was going to do it like that. That was pretty crazy. I ain't going to lie.
I think I picked like round 2 or round 3 or something like that. But fucking... It was just one of those things where I just knew that was going to happen. It's just... The way they booked Almeida and stuff like that, it's been weird, man. Like, I got the Blades fight. Everybody wanted him to fight Blades, but it's just we could have had him fight in Brazil. No, so we've had him on ice just to fight in New Jersey. Really?
Yeah. Hey, okay. Speaking of champions,
you got the pictures of Jelton Almeida.
No. Well, I mean, I don't really care about that, actually.
Yeah.
I want to show you something real quick. So this has been kind of going around on Twitter lately about Pantoja and
O'Malley.
Yeah, O'Malley. Have you seen this clip?
Yeah, the sparring.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Hold on, let me
show it. Yeah, I saw it as soon as I got out of work. If it's the same clip I'm thinking about, Sean, he's got like brown fizz.
Yeah. So let's watch. Let's let the people watch.
He should feint and then catch him as he's coming back in to close the distance. After you feint, it's that yo-yo drill.
So he basically quit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's without context. It's not a great look, but it's also Pantoja before Pantoja became Pantoja, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he did land a body kick and he did hurt him. But obviously, it's sparring. At the end of the day, it is sparring. But what do you think about this? Do you think this is a fight that could happen?
Pantoja at 135. I really don't want to see him at 135. We've got bigger and better fish to fry at 135.
Yeah.
The fact that we've got the King of Rio back, do people not want to discuss having the fucking King of Rio back at 135?
I mean,
just breathes new life into that division again.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree.
It's just, I think people want to do this whole, oh, well, Sean's going to have a guy. They're just trying to avoid Sean having fucking serious competition. Let's be real. They've been coming out with all these fights being like, oh, well, Sean should fight. Sean wants to fight Ilya at 145, and Sean wants to fight Pantoja and have Pantoja come up at 145. At 135. How about fight Corey Sanhagen, you dickhead? How about fight how about fight guys from your division and defend your belt 2-3 times before calling yourself the best welterweight on the best bantamweight on the planet? Because what we're not going to do is rob Peter Yan. What we're not going to do is fluke the Aljamain Sterling win, and then go, actually, do you know what? I'm not going to fight at 135. And how does the UFC even justify this shit?
I don't know, bro.
I've never seen a champion as protected as him. You know, I haven't.
I see what you're saying, bro. I really do.
He won the belt last August? 9 months. Like, I know he defended it this year, but it's fucking Cheeto, bro. Like, didn't take a genius to work out that he was going to beat Cheeto.
Yeah, no, that was. But I will give him one thing: the way he did Cheeto was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. He beat the shit out of that guy. But besides that, though, I do see what you're saying. Like, my thing with the whole entire matchup in itself, like, I just feel like personally with Sean is, I think he has a good chance to beat Merab, but that's also, it's gonna be tough, right? And then last but not least, the thing is with Sanhagen, right? I don't like the situations he's in currently, right? Because he's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov, right? So it's really like, in terms of like, if we want to see like contenders getting their shot, Merab's really the last hope, you know what I'm saying? Like, legitimate contenders, like getting because I don't know, like, it's kind of tough. Like, I see Sanhagen beating Umar, I see it, but at the same time, like, I can also see Umar beating him, which is weird, right? But
this is my issue with. I get what you're saying. My issue with it is, like I said, they are protected. It's like, let's say hypothetically speaking, Umar won. The UFC could be actively looking to make that fight.
Yeah.
Just like, if the answer to that question is no, then why are we making that matchup to begin with?
Yeah, and I hear you, man. I think it's a weird fight. Like, for instance, so what do you think about Sanhagen versus Umar? Because, I mean, it didn't happen, right? Like last year, and then Corey ended up fighting Rob Font. Corey's on a 3-fight win streak. I mean, wins over Song Yudong, Marlon Vera, and Rob Font. And obviously,
they're all like top 10 guys. None of them I'd be like, oh yeah, Corey beat someone from the top 5. I really wanted to see Corey fight someone from the top 5 again, but
yeah. Well, so what do you think? I mean, obviously they're saying this is going to be for the title shot, right? If Corey wins, so yeah. I mean, it's a weird situation for Corey.
It's a title eliminator if Umar wins, not if Corey wins. That's what.
Yeah,
when they say this, there's like, right, we've got one schmuck in mind. When's this fight at again? June.
Yeah.
Okay, well that fight's perfect for Abu Dhabi.
I think they're fighting in. Where are they? Yeah, they are fighting Abu Dhabi in August 3rd. So yeah, so this is in August. Like I just personally feel like, this is kind of a bad fight for Sanhagen. Even though I think
he's got the footwork though. He's not a schmuck.
But I just don't know. Like, I mean, so if this goes 5 rounds, right? Wrestling for wrestling, I think Umar might be a little better. A little, not a lot.
When Umar fought the guy with the Wi-Fi password name, and it was just like seeing that chicken jaw get rocked multiple times in that fight. I just think.
Yeah, I know.
Corey's got the footwork. He's got the reach. He's got the distance management. I just think Corey just got to be in and out of there, man.
But my thing is I don't know. I just don't see it like that necessarily. Like I know this could be like me just maybe just kind of like
I
worrying too
would love
much.
to see AKA lose and rub it in your face, but we'll see.
But no, I to be honest with you, I think Umar probably wins this fight. Like if you would have asked me this like last year, I probably would have said Corey. But that Rob Font fight was very weird. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know. Like if Corey is just becoming a grappler at this point, and he tries to out grapple Umar, I just don't think that's gonna be like a recipe for success. And these guys, especially it's in his backyard too. Like it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
It's that reverse, like it's like almost the reverse of when a wrestler falls in love with their hands, right? It's like he falls in love with the grappling, and then before you know it, gets like turned position against the fence, dragged down to the fence, hooks locked in. You could just see the rear naked choke happen.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised he did that to Rob Font. Like I thought Rob Font had good like takedown defense, but I mean, yeah, he went off.
The Cheeto one was funny, yeah, because they tried to rob him, even though it was like 5-0. I've never seen a card that outrageous in my life.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you're right. I was more impressed with the Cheeto fight because he really outclassed him, right? Like every aspect of MMA. Like there's no.
I don't understand how that didn't derail any sort of title fight for Cheeto in the future. When you see a guy get outclassed for 5 straight rounds, how the fuck do you look forward to watching him fight for a belt?
Yeah, it's crazy. That was some really sick work right there from the UFC. But yeah, I mean, right now I think we're looking pretty good for the summer calendar. I can't wait to.
We got Mystic Mac.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Mr. Conman McGregor. We gotta talk about him. Okay, all right. No, this is the question I gotta ask you. Do you think this fight happens?
Do I think it happens?
Yeah. Do you think both?
I've explained why I think this happens. I think Chandler's waited 2 fucking years. Chandler will fight with a broken foot if he has to.
Bro, Chandler's 38, bro. Isn't that wild?
To get that fucking red patent night, Chandler will fight him with a broken foot if he has to.
Yeah. 38-year-old Chandler, bro. That's why he's gotten old.
Fucking 2-3 years out. Well, same with McGregor, isn't it? But it's just, I thought this fight, like McGregor was adamant he was going to get a 3-round fight, and he was just like, I've never heard of a main event being 3 rounds, but.
And at 170, right? So
170, but it is at 170. I think the 170.
It's gonna be interesting for Chandler to see him all like puffed up like that.
He's gonna look like a fucking stuffed teddy in there. McGregor, bro, we just saw Tony Ferguson snipe him. Yeah, if McGregor's half as good as he was in like some of the previous fights he's had, I think it's easy money for McGregor, but we'll see on it.
You know, like as much as like I'm not. I didn't really like Chandler when he came in, but I do feel like Chandler, this run in the UFC, even though it's been good and he's had a lot of fun fights, it's been kind of a disservice to how good he actually is. Because like when he was in Bellator, primetime Chandler was fucking really good, bro. And like his wrestling, bro, like the way he would just take guys down, take their backs, just fucking really submit. Like he submitted Eddie Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
he's come here with the mindset of, I've come here, I've not got long in the UFC, I've got to make the most of it, and then he's just coming in being chasing bonuses and fire the nights and stuff like that. It's just like I personally think he could have beat Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje, but he decided to fight like a schmuck in both.
Dude, he could have no. Like fuck the Gaethje fight. He could have beat Dustin Poirier. That one was the one that kind of like I paid Dustin in that fight. But like, oh my god, I was rooting so hard for Chandler, and watching that fight live, seeing Chandler like dog him in the second round with the grappling is so crazy. He was dogging him, bro, and then he goes for one of the craziest like high crotch single legs with no control and gets his back taken like that. I was like, oh no, God, good work. You know what I'm saying? I was just shaking my head.
I think he'd never been subbed in his life, Chandler, as well. I think that was the first time he's ever been subbed, which is.
And you let some white belt Louisiana trash do it to you. Like that's the part that hurt the most, bro.
That fried alligator eating.
Bro, it's just crazy, like crazy work. So Chandler, I do think it's kind of like, man, it sucks, man. Like, cause I really want to like pick Chandler in this spot. I really do. I'm gonna see how I feel during fight week. But I just don't like Chandler if he's not gonna wrestle. Chandler's a weirdo. I'm not just talking about his adoption preference. But
we're not going there, bro. I don't even want to talk about that, bro. It's just you said you're gonna watch the Guru thing after this, aren't you?
yeah, no, I have to watch that Chandler. The Chandler ones, like as an African person, I gotta watch it. But I don't know. With Chandler here, yeah, man, he needs to wrestle big time. But at the same time, I don't know. This could be like Chad Mendez all over again, right?
They all say this though, innit? They all say, "Oh, they're gonna strike," and then Khabib shot in 30 seconds. Dustin Poirier shot in against him as well.
Yeah.
I think I think Chandler will actually feel McGregor's power and go, actually, you know what, fuck that. I'm not taking that again.
Yeah.
I think with Dustin, he was like, oh, I can take this. It's just something about the way McGregor hits, man.
Yeah, he hits with that power. But yeah, man, it's
Dude can be 36 as well when he fights McGregor. Fucking hell.
Yeah. That is kind of crazy. Yeah, you're right, huh? Yeah, he is gonna be 36. Yeah, I know. Even Connor's getting old. But yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? But yeah, man, that is it for Fight Talk, man. I gotta go hit the gym in like 10 minutes. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Appreciate you, my brother Ed. We're gonna try to be a little more consistent with these and trying to get these out more often. But yeah, man, go follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Like, comment, and share the video. Also follow Ed on his social medias. They're there in the link or the description box, wherever you want to call it. It is what it is.
And subscribe to eBay's Fight Predictions.
Yeah, love y'all. Goodbye. It's your boy eBay. We're out of here. We're out of here.
We out of here.